Hang on, Mom, I'm watching Dragon Ball. I'm gonna be dragging these balls across your face!
How's it going, fellas? No, see, I messed up my bit. How's it going, young fellas, fart smellers? Dude, I had that joke planned out for like the last 5 minutes, and I still messed it up. Hi, guys. Hey, great to see you guys again. Welcome back to Diddy Kong Racing Rando. Now, I feel as if there's a lot I need to explain. So, if the recordings that are going through this are kind of going through as I think they are, you may be wondering, why are we starting a brand new save file? Jordan, why are we starting a brand new save file? Were we not 2 worlds in before? To answer your question, we were. I forgot to say at the end of the episode when I was closing to get my editing software open, I realized I forgot to save, which, you know, Diddy Kong Racing handles saves terribly, in my opinion. And it's just kind of difficult to work with. But there's some really good upsides. I was going to record another episode yesterday. However, later in the evening yesterday, Diddy Kong Racing version 1.5, Diddy Kong Racing Rando version 1.5 released, which, if you heard me raving about it, right, and what it was said to offer, big thing is that there is a technical loading zone random now, right? So what you can randomize is you can randomize things to the effects of, like, you know, you go into the Dino Domain, which is, you know, the first world in the game. You go into the loading zone for the hub there, but it takes you to a track, or it could take you to a mini game level, or it could literally take you to a boss. So it can get, basically it turns Diddy Kong Racing into a routing game, which is crazy for a racing game, honestly. You know, for anything routing to be something that is, you know, not related to going left instead of right. It's just a whole ordeal, man. Like, it's really cool. Now, I will tell you, I don't have hub worlds randomized, but mini games and bosses have been included. So the order we're going to find bosses in, we can find bosses in a completely random spot, find Whizpig 1 in, like, I don't know, where Ancient Lake is supposed to be. I have a tracker to keep track of stuff as well. And I can't see my Streamlabs. So I'm crossing my fingers that there's not any visual issues with Project 64 here. But where is this going to take me? Okay, so we're already... Okay, so we're already starting out a bit quirky. If you can see the issue here. We're starting with Smokey 2. The second... The time you fight him after you're supposed to do him in silver coins. So this is technically supposed to be the last boss you fight before the infamous on-foot Whizpig fight. And this fight itself is also pretty infamous just for the, you know, the fireballs and everything of the sort. But I should let you guys know that the normal stuff that oh my god, the normal stuff that we would have randoed before, such as, you know, track order, which I guess applies in more ways now, silver coin races, lap count, that stuff is still randomized. Balloon types are randomized still. So it's just an all-around routing game, right? And I'm very excited, right? When I do get used to Hub World Rando, I will try and incorporate it. But it is like if you took the routing game you gotta play, because even with when you do non-Hub World Rando, where it's still just bosses and mini games could show up anywhere, you still have to do a bit of routing because of the fact that certain things you have to kind of take into account when you've done a certain boss, right? So if you've done Tricky 1, what that'll end up meaning is that if you haven't done any of the Dino Domain tracks previously, what that'll mean is if you do the first Tricky race, that then ends up meaning that you could go to Ancient Lake, do the normal race, but then go right back in directly afterwards and you do the silver coins. So there's sort of a routing game that you end up playing with it. And of course, you have a bit more freedom to do stuff out of order, but obviously you're gonna get incredibly lost in your run, and it's just you don't really want that to happen. Now, the one thing I don't know, and this is something that I'm a little more unaware of, is if you are able to do the silver coin thing if you've done the second boss fight first. So I'm not too sure if maybe I can do the silver coins now in Dragon Forest levels, or if it's just I have to wait. I don't really know, but the upside is it still works in the way where if you do the second variation first, you do still get the Wizpig amulet, which Wizpig's thing is also randomized now. You know, you got to take into account the fact that that could just be a level. That literally could just be a level. Pirate Lagoon, that's quirky. Okay, let me mark that on the tracker. Pirate Lagoon did not show up until, because I did a sort of test run of this rando earlier this morning. It took around 2 hours, and the one thing I will say is, like, I didn't have Pirate Lagoon show up until, like, the very end. Wizpig 1 showed up in Future Funland, which is, you know, just funny. I don't know. It's a quirky situation, but hope you all are doing well. It's been a little bit since I've recorded, to be honest with you. I think I told myself I wanted to take some time after I finished Diddy Kong Racing Rando's, like, you know, first two video, or like, you know, the first two worlds, and then also realized, like, I couldn't do the rest of the seed because I didn't save. And when that dawned on me, I've got to just, like, you know what, just let the videos play out. And now I'm realizing that I'm actually a little behind on videos. Not behind in the sense of, like, I'm missing days right now. There's still videos. I think there's still 2 or 3 days worth of videos that, you know, are going to go out. But, you know, just reminding you guys, if you guys are seeing this and I've missed maybe a day or two and the first video for this is coming out, you know what happened, right? Like, you know what happened. So I don't think it should be too much of a surprise. And honestly, I was kind of freaking out about it at first because I'm like, no, my streak. I've been doing so good for like 2 weeks now, but I'm like, I'm not gonna sweat over it too much, to be honest. But I really figured that if there was anything that was going to motivate me to record, it was definitely going to be new Diddy Kong Racing Rando. I mean, I've been waiting for this for months, man. You know, it's kind of crazy. All right, where does Jungle Falls take me? Whale Bay. All right, so we're just getting all the Sherbert Island balloons out of the way, huh? It's all right. Again, I will still have to test if, now that I've completed Smokey 2, if Dragon Force's silver coins are open. Because realistically, it's hard to tell, right? Because the silver coins don't really trigger from, you know, the silver coins are already triggered by the time you go to the second variation of the boss. So it's kind of like you might need to actually beat Smokey 1 in order to do Dragon Forest, like, silver coins. Like, it's I'm not sure, right? That's you know, for as much as I've tried to really understand how that stuff works, that's the only part of routing that I'm still trying to learn about, when silver coins are triggered, because I'm still not 100% too sure, to be honest. And I'm looking to learn, but right, you know, I from what I have noticed, it likes to really try and there's always just going to be that one world, right, that it really tries to lean into early on. And I think Sherbert Island's going to be it this time around. I did also experiment a little in the run that I did this morning with randomized vehicles, which I told you guys about randomized vehicles. I think I might have clarified this, or this might have been in something else I tried to record within that time before this. But there's a whole thing of, like, you can make it randomized so that it puts it in any vehicle that the game would normally intend to put in, like, you know, as another option when you're just wanting to do the tracks on their own. Plus plane, which plane is, I think, usually going to be pretty open, right? I'm not saying that it won't be, you know, plane could still be awkward for silver coins, but it's like, it's doable, right? Like, no matter what, everything's going to be pretty doable. But I decided for the first YouTube seed that I'm going to be doing on 1.5 rando, I just wasn't going to...